Greetings, one and all. It is me, Kat, aka Black Moon Rose 13 at DeviantArt, Tumblr, YouTube, and 30,000 other places. My head hurts. I just came back from Megacon. My first con. Yay! Finally! I get to go back. I went to a con for the first time. And I got blisters on both feet. They hurt. And my body's sore. And it's not even the next day. Oh boy. Wait till the morning, woman. You're gonna have fun. Anyway, look at the pursuit. Here to do a video to explain all the fun crap that went on at the con. We may or may not be interrupted by the guys who also went to the con with me. I will be screaming their name out if they try to do anything. Do nothing. Okay, never mind. This is a good time for them to jump out. Yeah. Okay, let's see. We woke up in the morning. We were supposed to wake up. Well, Friday I came over to Eb's place. This is the guest room of Ebby's place where I stayed the last time I did that video. Remember that video where I showed off my computer stuff? Yeah, Ebby's place? Well, this is the guest room. And that's Shadow. Kitty, please do not interrupt the filmings. Please, there's only one cat allowed in this video. Me. Me. Kitty, go away. Anyway. Kitty, go away. Kitty, go away. Sorry. Anyway. Came over on Friday. We spent the day. We were planning. Wes came over. More planning. We tried to plan. It became total chaos later. Anyway. Kitty, go away. That's Shadow. That's Shadow's tail. Sorry. This is going to be basically majorly unedited because, well, because I don't have my editing equipment here. I'm doing this all from a laptop I'm borrowing from my mother. Long story. So we were planning to wake up at 5:30. My alarm clock didn't go off. Glare at your cell phone, which he later becomes evil later. Wait for it. And we woke up at 6. We were all getting ready. I got finished. The boys weren't even done yet. How the heck does that happen? The stereotype is the kitty gets out of the camera. Thank you. The stereotype is women take forever. Ha! Anyway, we drove off there in Wes's awesome car that I need to take a picture of to show you guys how awesome it is. The Trans Am! It's blue! Screaming Chicken is on it! It's beautiful! I love it! Wes drives like a maniac, so it's a perfect car for him. Anyway. Sorry, readjusting the hat. Kitty, no. Bye-bye, kitty. Anyway, so we drive off there. We get into walking. Walking. I hate walking. I hate walking. I hate it. 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 We walk. And then we got in line for the advance tickets. Slack! Kitty! No! Okay. The cat tried to climb up my backside. That's a feeling. 10 claws. Anyway, we go to the advance tickets. We wait and wait and wait. Wait. Then we went through. Then we went through this thing, and then we went through another thing. We got our tickets. Then we had to wait in line for the show to open up because we got there super early. Yay. Although we didn't get there early enough, according to some people. Yes, according to Shadow, if you heard the meow. Anyway. We went... I'm gonna have to edit this. We went off to the, we got the tickets and everything, and we were waiting in line for it to all open up. It was fun. Saw a few, bunch of cosplayers I liked. Taking pictures of them getting in line, and it's like, hey, hi, hi! Trying to get their attention. Sounded like Navi. Hey! I had to call out the characters so they could get the attention. Kitty, get up. Quit humping the TARDIS blanket. Okay, he's not humping the TARDIS blanket. No, I did not get that at con. That was part of a Christmas gift 2-3 years ago. Anyway. We were taking pictures. I met an awesome person. A really awesome person. Crap, where'd I leave my cell phone notes? Anyway. Actually, I met a lot of awesome people. Everyone was awesome. Awesomeness! But met a person. We were talking a lot about Homestuck. I am a Homestuck fan. Can you tell? My love. Not my love. My friend. Anyway, we were talking a lot about the stuff we were trying to collect, and while I was getting a picture, I got a picture of a female medic. Oh my god, it was so cool. Because I was taking the picture, and I say ribs go back, and she responds going, no, they don't. What? I'm doing the film thing, Abby. How long? Never mind. Anyway. Yeah, but she goes, no, they don't. It was so cute. And we actually were having this little conversation in the line. It was awesome. And then there was a spy and a female pyro. And I'm like, ah. I love spy. I heart spy. I heart medic. I heart sniper. I'm going to be telling you sniper stories later. Which was a blue medic and a red pyro, female pyro, a good female pyro. I like the female pyro. Took pictures of that. Took a picture of this group that did Team Magma and Team Aqua. It was really cool. Took a lot of pictures. I'm gonna have a photo collage soon, but my issue is due to me taking so many pictures, my cell phone died because I don't have a camera, and we forgot ours. Oops. So, I was basically camera girl. Oops. Because my cell phone battery died. Basically, I got to... This is Shadow, everybody. Ebby's cat. Not as cute as Tabby. I'm just saying. Tabby's cuter! Kinda. Okay, you can lay there, but you can't, you know... do that. No clawing the leg! But, yeah. And the guys were kind of making fun of me because I was taking so many pictures of Homestuck cosplayers, but they were really good. Come on! And other cosplayers. I took pictures of others. I mean, I could grab the phone right now and list them all, but I'm not. That's for the photo collage later, and maybe the photo montage. Montage! It was actually kind of funny because I kept taking pictures, and then my cell phone was basically like, you take one more picture of one more anything, I'm going to shut down. I took a picture of the scout from a red scout from Team Fortress. There were a lot of red scouts. There were a lot of scouts, period. And, like, there were a lot of scouts, actually. There was, like, a lot of scouts, good amount of medics, a couple of engineers, a few pyros, one spy, one heavy, a couple of soldiers, and sniper. Sniper. Throughout practically the whole day, no snipers. There was a group of Team Fortress 2 cosplayers, and I go, and they had every class, doubles of scout and doubles of medic, Kitty out of the swag bag, which will be part of the show later. Right? And no sniper. Really? Come on! Give me Australian cuteness! But no. Abby, don't yell so loudly, they'll hear you, and we don't want everyone knowing you have nothingness. Kitty, go away! That's part of the swag bag. There will be a section of the show called the swag bag. Why swag? It's either stuff. Okay, stuff bag. Fun bag. Kitty away. Kitty away. Anyway. Toss the kitty. Landed on 4 feet. But, yeah, no sniper, and it was like 3/4 of the day in. I finally get find a sniper. Hallelujah! Camera battery dead. Ugh. Cell phone battery dead. And it was a girl sniper. And she was holding a jar of Girardi, but it wasn't, you know, actual Girardi. It was actually green tea, and it looked very. And we were like, and she was joking around like saying, "It's a lot darker than it was in the bottle." It was just like, she's really cool. She was really cool. Sadly, I didn't get her name. And even if I did, I don't have notes. Again. Anyway, sniper hunt. I was basically hunting for snipers. As soon as I saw a red shirt, I'm like, sniper? No. Sniper? Medic. Yeah. Or sniper? Soldier. Engineer. I only saw 2 blues. I saw a blue spy and a blue engineer. The blue engineer was actually with the red sniper, and I'm like, finally a sniper. And I actually told her, I'm like, finally a sniper. And my cell phone's dead. And she's like, want a hug instead? We hugged. Hugs for all. Anyway. Okay, enough of the Teen Touches 2 stuff. What about the swag bag? Sheesh. What about this? Sheesh. I might probably return to doors. Hey! You're part of the swag thing. If that doesn't give you a hint of what I may have thought. Hint? It might have been. Let's see. Oh, you've noticed the Homestuck hat. I couldn't help myself. Although I'm gonna have a fun time explaining to my mom why I have a Leo hat when I'm a Libra. Depends who's doing it, because I was born on the 23rd of September, which is basically the cusp. And some say I'm a Virgo, some say I'm Libra. There's more leaning towards Libra nowadays than there was Virgo or Libra. And I just read both. I don't do the horoscope thing, but if I had to read it, I read both. But anyway, I did Leo because I love Nepeta, because Nepeta is my patron troll and my favorite troll. And the funny thing about this hat, there were a bunch of Gamzee cosplayers. I did take a picture of one Gamzee cosplayer. And not like 10 minutes after I got the Nepeta hat, which I love. I love this hat. I won't be stealing my friends anymore. He doesn't have a Nepeta hat. He has a normal cat ear hat with little purple inside, but still, I love this hat. I love you hat. It's my new hat. It's a signature thing. Now how am I going to put this on when I wear headphones? Anyway, but the same Gamzee cosplayer found me and he was all like, Nepeta, Nepeta, honking the horn. And I'm like, Cat Quest! You know, it was just like, not Equus, his name. Is it No, it's not Equus, is it? Is it? Crap. The Homestuck fans are yelling at me right now in the comments. If I get any comments. But yeah, it was just like, no! And he was just, you know, a couple of Gamzee cosplayers were actually making Nepeta jokes around me, because I was wearing basically a black shirt and had the appearance of comfiness, which later betrayed me. I have a rash. Well, it's not a rash. You know when you rub your skin, when your legs rub against each other too long, and you get that weird, very burny, that burn kind of feeling? That's what I currently got. My pants betrayed me. Damn you, pants! Anyway, I might edit that out. No, I won't. It's the dangers of a con. Legs scraping too much. Ecotilio, no. Can't do ventriloquism. Okay? Shut up. It was a stupid idea. I went to the con. Oh, for those who weren't paying attention to me on Tumblr or DeviantArt or whatever, this was Jeff's insistence. I did not want to do it. But he insisted that I bring a portfolio. Say hello to my portfolio. And I was supposed to bring the portfolio and show it to the other artist and get advice. Yeah! Okay. I mean, I showed around. I mean, if there were characters that were cosplaying characters that were actually in my thing, like, I mean, I bumped into a couple of Deadpools, and I actually wanted to show them the Deadpool, and they were like, wow, this is awesome. I'm like, fans saying that, it's like, I'm not nervous. It's like, cool, whatever. It's like on DeviantArt, people commenting on the work. I'm cool with that. I'm not as nervous. Oh, a bit of pizza. I had pizza. Shh. Don't talk there. Oh, medic. Anyway. And then, but that's okay. It's like, fine. It's like posting it on DeviantArt. It's cool. Then now Jeff told me I need to show it to the people who I may one day work for and other colorists to get advice. I was a nervous pile of nerves. Okay? I have social anxiety when it comes to talking to people who are technically superior than me. These are people who get paid to do what I'm doing. They get paid for it. So it's like, you know, it's just like, it's nervous. It's like nerve-wracking. It was so nervous, and then I was like, I can do this. And then we went to this booth we went to the booth, comic book men. There were the comic book men from AMC. I didn't get to see the guys because their line was long as heck, and every time I went over, they're long as heck. I'm like, but there were other guys there who work at the Secret Stash or whatever, or something like that. And I actually wrote down one guy who was a colorist, and he's like, oh, I'm wanting to be that too. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, do you by chance have a DeviantArt? And I go, I have a portfolio. Why didn't I just admit I had a DeviantArt? I do have a DeviantArt. We did trade DeviantArts. Well, basically, he gave me his, and basically I'm supposed to contact him through DeviantArt and say, hi, it's me from Megacon with the portfolio of portfolioiness. And he's like, he looked at my thing. He was the first bigger than me artist who looked at it. I was shaking. The inside of my mouth has been chewed out. I'm surprised I can't stick my finger through it. I was that nervous. He was giving me advice, and I got a lot of positive response. I did not expect that. Okay, I've mentioned a few thousand times, I've been bullied a lot. So, it's like, I've been bullied a lot. I have a fear of getting critiqued because for a long time, I thought critiques, basically, they only point out the bad shit. Okay, that's how bad it was for me. And then so it was like, I was always nervous to show other artists who were, even on DeviantArt, I was like nervous to send them a message to ask for their advice. I mean, I would ask if I could color their pencils, and they were like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, that's good. I can do that. Then asking for advice, I was like always get nervous because I'm like, I worry that I would get nothing but negatives, and it was just like this anxiety thing, and it's horrible, and I hate it. But he was giving me generally positive results. My low self-esteem perked up a bit. He did point out some negatives, gave me some advice. I hope I retain it. Please retain it. Do not let it come out of your head. Dealing with settings with the airbrush and all that. And he gave me some advice. He said it's really good. If you want, I can help you out on DeviantArt. And I went, okay, and gave me his DeviantArt address. I got it in there, my portfolio. I actually slammed in my portfolio, so I got to look. And we went off, and I went off my merry way. He gave me some advice. He actually told me some of the other colorists that were in Artist Alley and some other areas, and I went, thanks, and I went off. Abby! Sorry. If you heard that, I'm sorry. And if you didn't hear that, well, this is practically unedited. Then, anyway, and then I went to another comic book art. I actually went to see Jamie Faye, who, or as you guys might know him if you're watching me on YouTube, it's Jamie Faye X, who is on DeviantArt, who I color a lot of his work for. I've colored a lot of his work. I've practiced with his work. I trained with his work, basically. 3 of his works are currently in my portfolio. 3 of them. 3 of the things that he's drawn, I have colored in this portfolio. In here. In here. I joke around saying don't look directly into the light. Directly into it. It's like the Ark of the Covenant. Oh, is that horrible? I'm kidding. I didn't say it was that great. I would say it was that horrible. Anyway. And I mentioned jokingly, saying, you know, I have my portfolio with me, and currently 3 of your works that you've drawn that I've colored are in there. And he's like, really? Can I see it? I'm like, oh. I'm like, okay, put myself in a hole on that one. And I showed my portfolio again. Point out some positives. Pointed out some negatives, of course. Gave me advice. What the heck? Is the Gulligoffin coming out of there? The Gulligoffin is now in our house. Watch Dogma. It's a shit demon. Seriously, watch Dogma. Good movie. Funny! Oh, leg still hurt. Is the Gulligoffin in there?
Do not go in there.
Do not go in there for 20,000 years. Okay.
Prepare for flying tomato.
And now the boys are wrestling in the hallway. If you're gonna do that, could you please close the door? Fermez la porte, s'il vous plaît. Fermez la porte, s'il vous plaît. Close the door, please.
What is this gibberish?
French! The language of the spy. And the French. I took French before I ever learned of T-Fortress 2, everybody. And sometimes I occasionally sprinkle. Ah, burn. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, Jamie. He gave me some advice, talking about, you know, this and that, and, you know, he's telling me to look at other colorist renditions so you can get a better idea for shading and highlighting and all that jazz.
No, get off my leg, kitty.
Which I kind of already was doing already, but I always was...
Kitty. Good kitty.
Abby! Recording!
Exactly. Good kitty.
Warning, there will not be a blooper reel, this is all uncut.
Aha. Interesting way I'm carrying my belt, too.
Please do not run in here without your pants.
Okay.
Merci. Anyway, he gave me advice, you know, like, and he asked me, do you remember Vest? And I go, oh yeah, I look at his work sometimes to figure out shading, and he's like, well, keep looking at it, and, you know, if you want, try and copy it. I made a funny face, like, and he's like, you're learning, it's not tracing, he's like, you're learning, it's helping you learn and understand better. And I went, okay. I've always been worried, because, I mean, I did that before, and I always worried that, you know, people are going to scream you're copying or tracing. I mean, it's not as bad if you actually draw the work yourself, but still, it's crazy. Then I met another guy, because Jamie mentioned, go through Artist Alley. They know what you've been through. Just, you know, ask. You know, be efficient, be polite. Have a plan to kill everyone you meet. No, wait, that's the sniper. Team Fortress 2 is on my mind, as well as Homestead. And so when I went off to another guy. I was admiring his work. I actually did what Jamie actually suggested, like ask them who their colorist was. If they're the colorist, great, show the work. If they're not the colorist, show them the work anyway. And I was asking about colorists, and I asked him who was his colorist, and he mentioned a couple, and I was just asking to think maybe they were at the con. They weren't. And he goes, why? Are you a potential, and he asked me if I was a potential colorist. I went, yeah. He's like, do you have a portfolio? Do you, by chance, have a website or a portfolio? And I went, I got a portfolio. And he actually says I was a brave person to bring my portfolio and actually ask the professionals. It's because it's like, it's a way to get out there. It's a great way to get out there. And a lot of people are always so nervous to do it at a con because, you know, there's so much stuff going around. But, I mean, Wes even told me, as long as you're not screwing around with their sales or pissing them off by, you know, standing in line in front of them and everything, they're happy. They're okay. They'll be nice. I had issues believing that. Because, you know, self-esteem, solo, it's not even in the camera. Han, it's solo, it's hands. Get it? Han. So, a lot of Star Trek stuff was there. I couldn't help myself. And he opens it, and then he does this motion to tell me to sit beside him, behind his counter. Ah! And now I can't remember the artist. But I bought one of his prints. I'll just hold this up, and if anyone can identify, please do it, because I can't remember off the top of my head, because I was so enthralled. So, like, he wanted, because I don't know why, it's just like, he allowed me to sit behind his booth. He sees me as equal. Ah, see, now you're from Teleport. Ugh. And, like, he sees me as, and it was like this weird moment of thinking, he sees me as an equal, he doesn't see me as some dumb kid. I'm 23. I'm not a kid anymore. I get my mom picked that. And he sat me down. He was looking at all my art, like looking at them, like seriously, like opening, looking at one page, looking at another, looking back at the one page. You know, the serious, like, looking at the page and looking at another, looking back at some other ones. It's just, like, over and over and over and over again. And I'm like, oh, crap, he's really examining my shit. Then you're going, oh, crap, is this an interview? I thought, I'm like, oh, my, like, part of my brain was screaming here going, oh, my God, this is an interview. Nerves! Nerves, please, kick in faster. I love it. Now I'm sitting there shaking. Like, sitting there, nervous as hell. And he kept looking and looking over and over again. People would come to his booth looking at prints, and he's like, he would tell people, like, if you need anything, just ask me. Just give out a holler. I'm just helping out. If I'm just looking at a fellow artist's work. I'm sorry. He called me a fellow artist. This guy who gets paid to make art. He doesn't color it. He hires other colorists, but still gets paid to do art. I have emphasized it. Not enough of an emphasis for you guys? He gets paid to do art, a thing he loves, something I want to do one day. And he calls me a fellow artist. So happy. I was soaring because I'm like, oh my god, he sees me as an equal. And then he started asking questions. I'm like, oh crap. He asked me how old I was, and I went 23. He asked me how long have I been doing it. Roughly 5 years. Oh god, it's been 5 years. It's been roughly 5 years. Oh god. That's a lot. It just seems so long. Asked me what I used. Photoshop, you know, asked me what my techniques were. I mentioned them. I actually jokingly said, well, if we get on YouTube right now, we can get, if you have a phone that can get onto YouTube, we can just watch the speed. Because every single picture, except for, I think, one of them, actually has a correlating speed paint. All but one. All but one. And that one was an emergency backup because one didn't print out, because one of the ones that I was going to print out didn't print out right. I'm just like, I was like, say that, I'm like, no. And I'm like, okay, fine. Just answering and just trying to be calm. And not vomit of nerves. Good thing I didn't eat anything. I drank a lot of water. Actually, not a lot, only 2 bottles. And he was giving me a whole, and I'm like, and he was really nice, and I was expecting some, remember, bully, used to think critiquing was basically only point out the negatives. Guy, I'm thinking this guy's going to think he's superior than me because he actually does this for a living. I'm just, everyone calls you a hobbyist. Some people just call you a hobbyist, and it clearly says it on my DeviantArt page. I'm technically a hobbyist when it comes to this. I'm not paid yet, and then when it gets paid, when I finally get the green, boop, it will no longer be hobbyist. It'll be like paid worker. And then I rub it in the face of anyone who's ever been mean to me, including you, guidance counselor, and another person. We're not going to talk. Anyway, and he was giving me a whole lot of advice. How to improve it, how coloring is very important nowadays, with how they coloring is very, very, very important in the comic book industry nowadays. Yeah, no pressure. Like, you have, basically, if you're stuck doing the cover, you gotta color it, not only compliment the guy who drew it, you have to also try to make it in a way that it catches the eye of the buyer, to make the person interested. No pressure. And he was pointing out the positive ones. And it's weird. Every single, minus Jamie, I didn't ask him which one his favorite was. He didn't really say. But a lot of people were saying that the best one I did was, although I had to explain the rock, paper, scissors, X-Men one, because people were like, I don't get it. I'm like, it was based off a stupid conversation a friend of mine had, which was a, no. I had one that, everyone really liked. For a lot of the people who I asked for critiques for, their favorite one was this one. Scooby-Doo one. Scooby. They love this one. They really love the Scooby-Doo one, and I asked them, well, the one artist I asked, whose name I can't remember, I'm just so full of stuff, and I lost and I have so many business cards. I could throw them like ninja stars right now. So I'm having a memory issue. My brain is wired wrong, and I mean, I even mentioned it to one of the artists because he's like, because I actually joked around. He asked me if I've seen your work, if I've seen his work, and I'm sitting here going, and I had to explain my brain is rewired differently, and it was like I didn't say autism. I did not drop the autism bomb. I was like avoiding that bomb. I hate dropping that, and. You know, I just explained to him that I have a memory issue. I have issues remembering things short term, and it's like, I'll remember in the morning. No, I won't. But anyway, but he loved the Scooby-Doo one, and he was actually explaining to me the reason why, because out of all of the ones that were in there, that one's the one that looks the most finished. And it's really good, and it was very well shaded and highlighted, and it was the one that looked the most finished, and there was a lot of other stuff, and a lot of other artists who I actually kind of threw my portfolio at. I didn't throw it. I said, would you like to see my portfolio? Because I would ask about who colors, and if it was them, I'm like, could you give the fellow colorist a critique, please? And he's like, do you have a site? I have a portfolio. And that one artist who was giving me all that work and was like very serious and made me feel like I was at a job interview. Ah! It was very brave of me to, I mentioned earlier, it's very brave for a person like me to actually bring a portfolio, because, you know, a lot of people don't do it, and I mentioned that earlier, and I think I'm repeating myself. If I am, future me, hit me. Ow. Ah! But it's like, it's very brave to bring a portfolio, because, you know, you never expect it. I'm like, well, I didn't really plan on bringing a portfolio to my friend Jeff, who goes to a ton of cons, actually says, bring a damn portfolio. I'm like, no! Anyway, so I brought the portfolio, and everyone was looking at it, a bunch of different artists. They're always saying the Scooby-Doo one's the best one. I'm like, really? I mean, no complaints. I'm sitting here going, someone make a Team Fortress 2 crack. Someone noticed the Team Fortress 2 stuff. Yeah, no one noticed the Team Fortress 2 stuff. The one picture, which I showed every Team Fortress 2 cosplayer that was willing to look at it. I'm like, and I go, well, funny, I have a Team Fortress 2 thing, and I was like, see? And everyone loves the Megacon, and I'm like, I didn't draw it, I just colored it. Colorist. Which I didn't have to explain what that was to a lot of people. I'm like, thank God. You know how annoying that is? It is. So, I went to a lot of artists to ask for opinions. I got a lot of opinions, a lot of advice. Hopefully I retain it all. Got a DeviantArt page from one guy, and he says, if you ever want help, okay. I'm so giddy and drunk and funny. Well, I'm not drunk. I'm not litter. I have not consumed alcohol. Although I jokingly said I need a shot of whiskey after all the walking I did. Then my friends point out that would make it worse. Yay. And then I was like, it was really nice, because I was like, I'm being recognized, you know? Oh, I wasn't being recognized, but I'm like, they acknowledge me as an artist, and my self-esteem is very low. I've mentioned this. And my friend's like, see, I told you, they'll be nice to you, as long as you don't do da-da-da-da-da. But it's just like, my self-esteem is so low, because I get down on myself, I'm my worst critic and all that jazz, but it's just like, it was great. Being acknowledged as a fellow artist, actually getting advice, actually being told what's good and what's not, and how to improve what's not good. And that one guy is like, it was awesome. It really, I can't describe it. It's like, I was acknowledged by people of the industry who I want to work with one day and work in the industry. I've been acknowledged. I'm not just it felt great. I can't describe it. It was awesome. I'm being recognized for something. All this hard work I've been going through, putting my mom through hell, and okay, I want to say I'm putting my mom through hell. Living with my mom, that's hell. And being told by so many people that what I want to do cannot happen, but yet I went to a con and met bunches of people where it does happen. And do not get teary-eyed, woman. And it just feels affirming, and they say that I'm good, and that I have a lot of good in it, and I just have to improve a few thousand things. And if I go next year, I'll make a new portfolio and show the new stuff and see how much I have improved, and see, just maybe, I doubt it, offered something. That would be awesome if I got an offer. That would be the greatest pile of stuff of anything. And it's just, I've been acknowledged that I can do this. I have a knack for it. Professionals are giving me the pat on the back that I so need, the kick in the pants that I have been needing for a long-ass time, and I swear when I get home I'm going to be practicing my ass off. Okay, that's going to take a lot. Okay, one, you're going to have to stop playing Team Fortress 2 as much. But the lighting. But it's just, it's life affirming. It's the greatest thing ever when you're acknowledged. And I'm repeating myself because I don't know how to word it. It's just, I'm gonna get back home. I'm gonna take a shower. When I get back home, I don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow or Monday. So when you get this, who knows? I'm gonna try to practice as much as I can. I'm gonna try to remember all the notes. I'm gonna find the guy on DeviantArt who offered his help. Does this mean I'm like his protege? No, don't think of that. He is not Yoda. He is not Qui-Gon Jinn. He's not the other guy. The other guy, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh my god, I forgot to... Shh, don't tell the Star Wars fans. Oh, I almost said Star Trek. Don't tell them they do it. I almost bought a Star Trek shirt. They didn't have any of my size. Seriously? But Scotty? Anyway. But yeah, it's just, I'm so happy. I'm grateful that this happened. And this could be one of the greatest moments of my life, being acknowledged. Actually being told that there's hope. There's a chance. There's something. You have something. Just gotta keep working at it. Might land me a job one day. And I will stick it in the face of all of those who have told me this is useless. Stick it in the face! Anyway, end of this video. I didn't think it was going to be this long. The swag bag, the stuff showing offage, I will be doing in another video. Because this one is like 30-something minutes. Bye! So, see you soon.